Congratulations to Jimmy Butler. 5-year deal, $90 million. He worked hard to get to this point. We'll have a White Sox report card for Midway 2015, and it's not good. And then we go flashing back to Lou Piniella. Remember when he managed the Cubs? It was a fun era, sort of. And then Blackhawk flashbacks. Not so good from days gone by. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, it's the 27th year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to the Cove. Benkowski Trivia. Wednesday, July 15th, 8 p.m. Liberals abounding. Great people, great game. 1750 East 55th Street. I love the Cove, and you will too. If you live southwest, the one you want to try is the Dirty Sock. I'll be there alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. Great food and great drinking people. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting. Most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. Calabria Imports has Italian foods and a great deli. You mention this TV ad, and you get a free Joe tea with a sandwich order. Conveniently located at 1905 West 103rd Street, Calabria Imports has great stuff. Check it out. I do all the time. Since 1967, El Jardín has been serving the finest Mexican food. Before, after, during ball games, located conveniently just 3 blocks south of Wrigley Field, 3335 North Clark. Whether there's a game or not, you still get hungry, and El Jardín has great service, great food, and great drinks. I've enjoyed every meal I've had there, and you will too. So get to El Jardín for great Mexican food at 3335 North Clark Street in Chicago. You'll be glad you did. Family Dentist. Lawrence Ferlin, DDS. 109th and Kedzie. Crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. Call 773-233-7044. They're doing a great job for me. They'll do a great job for you. Call Family Dentist. Lawrence Ferlin. Welcome to another edition of the Spotlight. We congratulate Jimmy Butler. His new 5-year, $90 million deal puts him in an elite status, and he and Derrick Rose lead the Bulls with new head coach Fred Hoiberg and a different style of offense upcoming, a push-the-ball, up-tempo style that Hoiberg did well at Iowa State and will try to bring to the Bulls. It'll be a team that's offensive-oriented, and although Jimmy is so solid on defense, he might have to lead the team in that arena. But good things coming for this upcoming Bulls team. A different style, for sure. Congratulations to Bobby Portis, the Chicago Bulls' top pick in the 2015 draft. Power forward extraordinaire, a guy who will be out on the wing and can do many things, including the receiving end of the alley-oop dunk. Congratulations to Bobby. He will be a fine addition to the Chicago Bulls playing staff. Robin Ventura has been a guy in the eye of the storm since he came on 4 years ago and hasn't been able to right the ship. He's had plenty of talent, but the team is plagued by defensive miscues, bad base running, and wild swinging. How many times have you said, if you could just make contact, you could win the game for the starting pitching? Which, it's amazing that they're even going out there, given how long and how far the offense has failed to support. Robin has his hands full. He might look wry and jokey, but he's worrying at many levels about how to get this team together and to keep his job. General Manager Rick Hahn was a little cautious in how much he came out in favor of Robin. He did say it's all our fault. We did this wrong, they did that wrong, and spoke of a lot of wrongs. But it was a very interesting interview because he could have easily blamed the Angels on his individual lack of success and did not do it. So, Mary, out there in Indiana, be ready, and I'll leave it at that as far as the Rick Hahn thing goes. But I believe he will do his best to right the ship, which it could include a Robin Ventura dismissal at the All-Star break and maybe new player acquisitions. But what I pray doesn't happen is that they start massively unloading people, including Chris Sale, because the problem with this team is not pitching. It's the lack of clutch hitting. The lack of clutch hitting has kept them down for a couple of years now. It's still there, and maybe a hitting coach analysis or talking to the hitters more is what various management people need to do.
You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212.
Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Furland DDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the Family Dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you.
Nuevo Leon, for the best Mexican cuisine since 1962. Serving every day from 7 a.m. to midnight. Conveniently located 1515 West 18th Street, just a block east of Ashland in Chicago. Of course, they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a wide range of menu items. Everything from steak, seafood, to breakfast, to chicken, pork, dine-in, carry-out, tacos, enchiladas, everything you can imagine, and great quality at Nuevo Leon, 1515 West 18th.
Lindy's Gerties. They have burgers, hot dogs, salads, chicken, steak, kids menu, shakes, floats, and soft serve. Easy to reach at 110th and Kedzie in Chicago. You better get there this summer. Lindy's Gerties. They have it all.
We don't like this team just having GR. He's just not there with this particular team.
I think chemistry is
Overrated?
I wouldn't say overrated. I'd say I don't want to use it as a cop out. It's something intangible, something you can't touch or you can't point at. If I felt there were guys who weren't working extremely hard, weren't focused on winning, weren't doing everything in their power to be a good teammate or to win that night's game, then maybe that would how I would describe a chemistry problem. But just to say the team hasn't gelled or the offense isn't clicking or we haven't won enough and then to blame chemistry, I think that might be a bit of a cop-out.
We haven't heard much from Jerry. Doesn't talk about the club anymore, but what can you say about
I have
his
heard from
What did that sound like?
What does he have to say about what's been happening?
Well, he shares the same frustration, if not more so, that any of us feel and any fan feels. I mean, he came in, like many of us and many of our fans, with high expectations for this year, and expectations that haven't been met. That's frustrating as can be. I don't think in some ways, he's not unique, because any fan who invested their time or money in this product has thus far been frustrated and disappointed, and he shares that. He is unique in that he has the benefit of being able to talk to me or Kenny or Robin directly about what the plans are, or what our hopes are, what we're trying to do on a daily basis to get better, so that may help him feel a little bit better, hopefully make him feel a little bit better about the effort and the plan going forward. But in terms of from a frustration standpoint, he's right there with all the rest of us.
You talked about the offense mostly here, but are you happy and feel that the other parts of the game have improved to, the defense?
The defense has been. The defense has been better. The base running has been better. It hasn't been good enough. It hasn't gotten to the level we want it to be at, but it has been better. Those, again, when you're scoring, look, in Jose Quintana's 7 losses, we've scored a combined 4 runs or something like that. That's a far bigger issue as to why we're not winning those starts and wasting quality outings from him than an error here or a guy getting thrown out taking an extra base. We need to clean that stuff up, but the larger issue right now for me is the offensive performance. Again, in some ways, perhaps that's good because there is a great deal of track record on a lot of guys of better offensive performance, so that should get better going forward. And I am pleased with the way certain players have responded to some of the base running and defensive challenges that we put to them, and they've responded. Again, it's not as good as we need to be, but it's not. That isn't what's sinking us right now.
One thing you hear the most from the fans is about the watchability of the team. Does that hurt more than anything? Just about a lot of people feel they can't watch it all the time.
But I can really only respond to what I'm seeing, and I'm certainly not seeing the brand of baseball we want to see on a consistent basis. We've had spurts, we've had nice little stretches when we were out in Oakland or playing against Houston, or even at times on the difficult road trip that we just came off of. There were spurts of playing quality baseball, grinding out at bats, playing good defense, taking the extra base, putting pressure on the defense. Certainly quality starting pitching, and at times some very fine relief pitching. But it's been too erratic, and there's certainly when you're not scoring runs and you're not catching the ball, it is a tough watch. And that's not who we want to be, and that's not who we're striving to be here for an extended period of time.
Is one of the ways to correct that, and I know this sounds, maybe super old school, but getting the ball players out to the ballpark at an hour they don't care to be here to work on those sort of things.
That's happened before. We've gone down that path before. It's happened on the road more so than at home. If there's different avenues that have been explored to try to break through some of this stuff. There's the one extreme that you reference and sort of doing extra early work. There's a lot of early work that goes on around here. If you're here 2:30, 3 o'clock, you'll see guys out on the field pretty much on a daily basis. You can make that even earlier, or you can go even the other extreme that some people go, and that is just show and go. You know what? Clear your head, be with your family, show up right before game time, and let's go get them. Sometimes that works for certain clubs. Those are all different buttons to potentially push.
Matt Davidson gives you power potential at a spot where you don't really have power right now. Has he done enough to show you that he's at least better?
He's having a better year. He's improved, and his defense has actually improved down there too, which is something that doesn't show up in the box score. It's certainly been a better year for Matty. If we're not quite ready to put him out there here on a daily basis, we'd like to, if in fact the time came to bring him to Chicago, it would be with consistent play time to help continue that development. But he's improving. It's just not time for him here just yet.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget the Illinois Lottery too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski.
You know you should get to the Dirty Sock on alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. when I do my trivia game. They have great food, great drink, great people at 93rd and Roberts Road. It's a fun place. I've been going there for years. So start coming out on Thursday nights at least. I'll see you at 8 o'clock. We'll have fun. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, Parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's. We're back in the spotlight. It's time to warm you up with another Cubs segment. Of course, we're at the downtown Hilton, where loads of interviews were knocked down when the Cub convention took place. I find it very heartwarming to talk baseball in the winter, and so do the players, I think, and so does the manager, Lou Piniella. Here's another installment of Lou talking about a wide range of things, about how he thinks the club can be better in 08, some of the challenges of 07, and some inside thoughts about what Lou thinks about the composition of a team he's taken to battle that he thinks can and will go farther than the 07 Cubs. Let's take a look. So Lou Piniella always has opinions, and he starts off this press conference with the discussion of the center field position. Felix Pie is the guy who, would he like him to win the job? Who should win the center field job for 08?
I'd like to see PA come in camp and take over the position and win it outright, but he's going to have to hit a little bit. But, you know, he worked hard this winter in Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. We sent our hitting coach over there twice to work with him to shorten up his swing, and hopefully he'll pay some dividends for us.
Fair to say it's his job to lose then?
I wouldn't say it's his job to lose, but I would like to see him take it over. He's another left-hand bat, and he would give us some speed at the back end of the lineup.
You know, you were talking about swagger last year. Does this year. Would you want him to alter his game at all to be more traditional dog lines of even occasionally?
That's like buying a Rolls Royce and trying to get Volkswagen mileage out of it, you know? No. I don't see that. I really don't. I mean, this kid here is, you know, he's got his own particular style out of the leadoff spot. He hits the ball out of the ballpark. He's going to strike out. The only difference last year, what we didn't see was the fact that he didn't run because of the leg problems that he had, like he has in past years. But I don't see where he's going to change. I don't think we want him to change. I think you make him a prototype leadoff hitter, and you're going to harness his skills. And he's not going to bunt. He's not going to bunt. I mean, I think if you wanted him to do all those things, you'd have gone out and gotten another leadoff hitter to do those things and put him somewhere else so he could do what he does. He's stolen base 40 many times before. Yeah, the answer is yes.
Hey Lou, how long did it take for that hangover and bad taste to go away from that Arizona series for you?
It took a while. We were disappointed. We thought that we would play better. in postseason than we did. Give our Arizona credit, but we just didn't hit. And that's why it's important for us to get off to a good start so that we can rest our team a whole lot better and not have our pedal to the metal all the time. It makes it tough when you're coming from behind and having to play a key game every day for 3.5 months, you know. So, but I tell you, I think it's going to make us all hungry. I know it's made me hungry, and I've talked to a few of our players, and that's the impression that I get.
Would you like to see take ownership of the closer's role?
We're going to see what happens in spring training. We're going to give Dempster a chance to start. We told him we'd do that, and we intend to let him work his way into the rotation in spring training, and we'll see where that goes. At the same time, we've got 3 very capable pitchers, Marmo, Howery, and Kerry Wood, that can pitch late in the game, and we'll just see how that works out in spring training. Well, there are a few decisions to make. This is not push button, but we're certainly a lot more situated than we were last year.
What is that? We're going to bring Derek Lee in. Coming to the new culture. Go ahead. From your running out of time.
I don't think this young guy. This is an experienced player. Ichiro came to Seattle and adjusted real quick. It took him basically a spring. So I think, and he's not the first one coming over. We've had a lot of really good players come over from Japan. So I think he'll adjust rather quickly. He's a professional.
I eat the pasta twice.
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people. Have a tremendous time. At Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine, you'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. You better get to Jackie's Hot Dogs, open past midnight 7 days. 2 Polish and fry, $5.69. Gyros plate with big fries, $8.59. Big Baby double cheese, $2.85. Tamales, Italian beef, pizza puff, shakes, chicken breast, onion rings, and more at 5415 South Pulaski. They have it all going on at Jackie's Hot Dogs. I highly recommend it. I eat there periodically. I love it. You should try it too. It's time to talk hockey. And the Blackhawks, of course, have disappointed some of you Hawk fans by losing the home advantage to the St. Louis Blues in their first-round playoff. But we're going to go back to a happier time when the Blackhawks were anticipating greater things, possibly. It was after their final game against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Everybody was happy, in that mood of anticipation. And we talk first to a particular goalie that you know very well, namely this man, Mr. Edward Belfour. Actually, you seem to look sharper in the last couple games than you did for a while there. How do you account for that?
Well, I think, come playoffs, you're getting closer to playoffs, guys are thinking about it, and they're playing really well in front of me, and, I think for myself, I like to play my best hockey in the playoffs, and, we've been working harder and harder and playing better and better. so that we peak in the playoffs. That's what it's all about.
Your trademark is certainly the open ice hit. It would seem that maybe in an early home game or at some point in this series, you're going to be looking to make one of those open ice hits that sets a tone or changes the tone of a game. How about that?
Oh, it would definitely be really nice to get one early in the season, or even maybe a little later. Maybe it might come in the second game. Maybe it might come in the fourth game. But it's something that if it's there, I'm going to take advantage of it and hopefully get the team aroused and change the tempo of the game.
Despite where teams stand, when the Sutter factor comes into play, and there's brothers on both teams, that seems to create a situation where the teams almost automatically play more evenly. What about that theory?
Well, I think that they're going to want to win, and so are we. They're going to do everything they can for their organization to win, and we're going to do everything we can for the Blackhawks organization to win. And we'll compete, and we'll compete hard against each other, and we'll talk when it's all over.
So the Hawks started well in Game 1, a 3-1 lead. They let it slip through their fingers, and before you knew it, the Blues were coming away with a 4-3 victory, the loss of the home advantage. Poor Brian Noonan couldn't even celebrate his hat trick. Brian, history has shown you've done this kind of thing in streaks. Would it be unfair to expect you to have another multiple-goal game later in the series?
I don't know what to say about that. I hope so. I mean, anything to help the team win would be nice, and I just got to keep shooting the puck and keep working.
How about the way you feel personally? I mean, certainly there's a feeling one gets when they're lighting it up.
I feel the same as everyone else, disappointed. We come in here to get a win and we didn't get it, so everyone here is disappointed.
As the series progresses and you head towards St. Louis, what are the things that still worry you about the Hawks?
They're a great team. I mean, they have every asset that you would want in a hockey team, and they work real hard. So we got to keep an even keel. I mean, this is a great win for us and everything, but it's a 7-game series, so we're not going to get too high about it, and we're going to keep working as hard as we can.
It's pretty simple. Jeff Brown gave it to Nelson flying up the wing, and he just blew by everyone and made a tremendous pass out in the slot. And I just kind of came in late looking for a seam, and I just put it low, short side. One of the better playoff games that you guys have played at the stadium in your career? I'd say since I've been in St. Louis, that's the best game we've ever played in Chicago Stadium.
We close out the show with the White Sox report card midway through 2015. The pitching staff, C. Some really solid starting pitching for the most part. So many times, not enough runs scored to back them up. Team hitting, F. Lowest in the American League in runs scored. That's just not good enough, and there's no reason, because there's talent on this team. Team defense, D. A lot of mental lapses, throwing to wrong bases and such. It could be way better. Manager, D. Robin Ventura needs to improve, or else he'll be gone. See you next week. This week's show has been brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop.
Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero.
Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.